You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your IT Fundamentals certification journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. In this episode, we will explore browser privacy and synchronization features as they relate to the IT Fundamentals Plus exam. Web browsers offer a wide range of built-in tools that help users manage data, maintain privacy, and access content seamlessly across devices. The exam expects you to recognize how these features work, when to use them, and what they do, not how to configure them. You will learn about private browsing, syncing settings, browser profiles, and local data storage. These functions play a critical role in modern web use and frequently appear in Domain 3 exam scenarios. This content falls under Domain 3 of the IT Fundamentals Plus certification, specifically focused on web browser functionality. You may be asked to identify what privacy mode does, what data gets synchronized across devices, or how browsers separate user profiles. These questions require a conceptual understanding of browser behavior. The exam will not require you to adjust settings or perform advanced configuration tasks. Instead, you'll focus on defining terms, recognizing uses, and matching features to common web activities. Privacy mode is a browser feature that allows users to browse the web without saving local session data. It is often referred to as private browsing or incognito mode, depending on the browser. When privacy mode is enabled, the browser does not save history, cookies, or form data from that session. This allows users to browse temporarily without leaving a trail of activity on the device itself. Once the private session is closed, all temporary data is discarded. Privacy mode stops local data such as visited websites, autofill entries, and temporary files from being stored. However, it does not hide activity from external sources like internet service providers or network administrators. The session is still visible to routers, proxies, and websites visited. The main function of privacy mode is to isolate browser activity from other local users, not to create anonymity on the internet. This distinction is important for the exam and may be the subject of specific questions. Users may choose to enable privacy mode in several common situations. For instance, it is useful when accessing personal accounts on a shared computer, performing searches without storing history, or troubleshooting browser behavior without interference from stored settings. Because private browsing disables most stored data and customizations, it provides a clean environment that reflects only the active session's behavior. Browser synchronization, often called sync, is a feature that allows user data to be shared across multiple devices. When a user signs into a browser with an account, the browser can synchronize bookmarks, browsing history, saved passwords, extensions, and settings. This feature creates a seamless experience by ensuring that data is available regardless of which device is being used. It is especially helpful for users who work across both desktop and mobile devices. The primary benefit of browser sync is continuity. Users can switch between their home computer, office workstation, and mobile phone without losing access to their saved data. Sync also allows for easy recovery after a browser reinstall or device replacement. As soon as the user signs into their browser account, data is restored automatically. This convenience makes browser sync one of the most valuable features for maintaining productivity across platforms. Most browsers allow users to choose which types of data they want to sync. Options may include turning sync on or off for bookmarks, passwords, open tabs, or extensions. Sync can be paused at any time, and users can log out to stop synchronization. These settings are often linked to an online account, such as a Google account for Chrome or a Microsoft account for Edge. The exam may ask about what sync does, but will not test specific setup instructions. Browser profiles are another way browsers manage user data. A profile is a set of user-specific data, including history, bookmarks, settings, and extensions. Multiple profiles can exist on the same device, allowing different users or use cases to remain separate. Each profile functions like an independent browser, with its own identity and data. This is helpful for shared computers, family devices, or users who want to separate work and personal activity. Browsers also manage local storage, which includes cookies, cached images, offline files, and site preferences. These items are stored on the local device and can be cleared manually or automatically. Browser menus usually offer settings to delete cookies, clear history, or remove cached data. Understanding how local storage works is important for privacy awareness and for managing browser performance. The IT Fundamentals Plus exam focuses on your understanding of these browser features and their purpose. You may be asked to define private browsing or identify what browser sync accomplishes. You will not need to change settings, install add-ons, or adjust profiles. Instead, the exam focuses on high-level recognition of browser behavior. Knowing how privacy and sync tools affect browser functionality helps you succeed on the exam and prepares you to assist others in navigating browser settings. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. Cookies are small text files stored by websites on the user's device. They allow sites to remember login status, preferences, and browsing activity between sessions. While many cookies are useful for improving the user experience, others are used for tracking behavior across multiple websites. These tracking cookies are often used by advertisers to create user profiles. Browser privacy tools can block or delete cookies, giving users more control over what data websites can store. Browsers also offer features that allow users to clear browsing data manually. This includes deleting history, clearing the cache, removing saved passwords, and erasing form autofill information. These actions can be performed through the browser's privacy settings or tools menu. Clearing browsing data helps maintain privacy, free up storage space, and resolve issues caused by outdated or corrupted files. On the IT Fundamentals Plus exam, you may be asked to identify what happens when a user clears their cache or cookies. Permission settings allow browsers to control which websites can access certain hardware or features on the user's device. This includes access to the camera, microphone, location data, and notifications. Users can choose to allow or block these permissions on a site-by-site basis. For example, a user may allow one website to use the microphone for a meeting, while blocking another site from accessing the same hardware. These settings enhance user privacy and security. Autofill and saved password features improve browsing convenience by remembering frequently used information. Autofill can complete forms automatically, including fields for name, address, or payment details. Saved passwords allow users to log in to sites without retyping credentials. These features can be stored locally or synced across devices through a browser account. Although convenient, users must also be aware of the risks if devices are shared or left unsecured. Web browsers also provide visual indicators of security for websites. The padlock icon next to a website address shows that the site is using HTTPS, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. This means the data transmitted between the browser and the site is encrypted. If the certificate is invalid or the site is unsafe, the browser may show a warning. Although this is not a privacy mode feature, it is commonly displayed and helps users assess the safety of a website. When syncing is active across multiple devices, users may encounter sync conflicts. This happens when changes are made on two devices at the same time. Most browsers handle this by prompting the user to resolve the conflict or by displaying which version of the data is newer. Notifications may appear about sync status or errors. On the IT Fundamentals Plus exam, questions may ask what happens when sync is turned on and changes occur across devices. Browser profiles support data separation and isolation. For users who want to keep work and personal browsing separate, profiles offer an easy way to maintain different bookmarks, history, and login data. Each profile acts like a distinct environment within the same browser. This prevents crossover of saved passwords, search history, and open tabs. Switching between profiles is done through the browser's menu and can be completed in just a few clicks. There are several features not included on the IT Fundamentals Plus exam. You will not need to access developer tools, troubleshoot browser compatibility issues, or analyze detailed privacy policies. Advanced tools for web inspection, performance profiling, or script debugging are outside the exam's scope. The focus remains entirely on understanding the existence of key browser tools and recognizing their purpose in simple everyday scenarios. Key terms to know for this topic include private browsing, incognito, sync, cookie, and cache. You should also recognize terms like autofill, browser profile, and saved password. These terms may appear in exam questions directly or as part of multiple-choice descriptions. For example, you may be asked what autofill is used for, or what happens when incognito mode is enabled. Familiarity with these terms is essential for success on this portion of the exam. To summarize this episode, web browsers include features for privacy and syncing to support safer, more consistent browsing across devices. Private browsing helps limit local data storage, while sync ensures bookmarks and settings follow users from device to device. Cookies, cache, permission settings, and profiles all contribute to how browsers manage and protect user data. The IT Fundamentals Plus exam tests your ability to recognize these features and understand their purpose in daily computing environments. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.